Hello and welcome to the Part-Time Gamers, the gaming podcast for people with full-time lives. I'm Cyranex, clocking in with my good friends 9 to 12.
Hi there.
And that one weirdo.
Happy Aliens Day, and there's a trailer out for Alien Isolation 2. Live in fear, baby!
Oh man. I've never actually officially finished the first one. I'm not even ready for a second.
I saw the trailer and literally I thought of you. Like, I watched it the whole time.
Oh, great.
I just sit there the whole time and I'm like, this trailer needs to hurry up so I can send it on to someone who will be fond of this in the worst way possible.
You're not wrong. I mean, granted, I think I played like at least 2 hours of the original Alien Isolation, and that was enough to make me never want to play it ever again. So I mean, there is that. But yeah, I mean, if they keep with a similar formula and just like make it more modernized or whatnot, because I think the original Alien Isolation came out in like 2024 or 2014, I think.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's still among one of the most highly regarded horror games out there.
On PlayStation 5, like the numbers, it's insane how many people still play the heck out of it. And it's crazy because there was talk about this sequel for a long time, but it was pretty intermittent. So it was like, okay, it's coming at some point. It's going to be here. Sure, we'll know about it. Today's trailer obviously dropped lining up with this wonderful holiday that I enjoy very much, Alien Day.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know why it's that, it's because the planet is called LV-426. 426 is April 26th.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea prior to that, so thank you for the explanation.
You're very welcome. Yes. So they lined it up to release it today, and up until this point, I mean, as far as my ear to the ground, I hadn't heard much of anything. I knew it was going to happen at some point. Now everyone's like, you meant it. You are making a second one.
Yeah.
So color me excited. I mean, there's been a slew of Alien games for so long. This is the one that like captures why we like, well, at least the first two movies. The other ones are like, oh yeah, they made those. But this one falls into that format of that world and them doing such a great job of building it. So yes, I can't wait till we talk about that on here.
I guess the one consolation is because they're just doing did they announce a release date or just, hey, we're making this?
I think they had a time frame. I don't think they had a date.
Okay.
I honestly watched it twice and laughed both times because I was thinking of you going.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, that's something I'll have
See,
to
you're
look
never
forward to
too
in a
far
while.
from my thoughts.
Thanks.
Looks great. I mean, you can
Yeah.
tell they kept from what I got out of it, perspectively, as far as like the aesthetic, it's all there. Graphic wise, they up the ante. They're going to build on the story a little bit, but I'm waiting for it to go live. I'm super excited.
Yeah. I mean, it'll definitely be, if it's anything like the first one, just modernized, or like maybe a different story or whatnot, but same kind of mechanics or whatnot. Yeah, I can see that being a really good game. That's not necessarily a good thing though, but
this is your original, like how I see the original Resident Evil. This is how you see this game.
Okay.
See, we all have games that make us want to go buy Depends. It's just facts.
Yeah, that's definitely been the case with like I said, I played the first 2 hours and that was enough for me. Just because like all of the just how good that game is at building tension.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even cheap tension, like the way the camera, I mean, the way everything moves atmospherically around it, the way the camera moves, it really takes you there and pays such good homage to especially the first movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as games I've been excited about for the year, obviously up there with Resident Evil 9. Yeah, this is definitely on that top of that list.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll definitely be on a future show. I'm sure. Uh, but I'm
I'm sure.
personally not
I'm
looking
sure
forward
too.
to
See,
it.
you getting scared already. You getting all
For sure.
anxious.
Yeah.
Do you need to check your pulse and blood pressure?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting
All of a sudden
flashbacks
he's
to
got
the
a
original.
southern accent.
Yeah. Uh,
What? Why? Your blood
All right.
pressure.
yeah.
I'm not from the South.
Though,
I'm from Hawaii. I'm from the South Pacific.
in the meantime, though, we do have a different game to talk about for today.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it as we get back to work.
Morning break is over. Morning break is over.
All right, so to continue and end our theme for this month of my current hyperfocus, so last week we talked about Resident Evil 9, Requiem, and the other game that has kind of superseded that now that since it came out on Game Pass on the 14th, is Hades 2. And I've been playing that almost exclusively since it came out on Game Pass. So yeah, that's definitely, there's still so much I need to do. But yeah, developed, published by Supergiant Games. $29.99 on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC and Mac via Steam and Epic. And as I said, it is available on Game Pass. So that is current. Like wasn't able to pick it up on Steam earlier, and I saw it was going to be coming on Game Pass, so that's where I'm currently playing it. And yeah, it plays.
Rob's downstairs playing it right now.
As he should.
Gonna be another one of those.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the way that I phrased it on a couple of sequels is they don't reinvent the wheel; they just gave it laser beams and a minibar. It's
Because that's what you do.
Yeah, I mean they've because the original formula is so good. They don't need to change it at all, and they didn't, thankfully. So
Can I tell you my favorite thing about this game overall in both of them is, and it just occurred to me because Rob was playing, and we're not as good at games as you are, and I mean we're older, like, right? So the whole, because it's got a certain amount of twitch to it, right?
Yeah.
You've got your moves, and you have different moves, and you're changing your moves, which keeps it interesting and it's fun, but like it gets frantic enough that like you're gonna button mash, like it's part of it. But it's both of them are so well designed that you can still progress and not feel like, oh God, back to the beginning every time.
Yeah.
Because you go in with more tools and are able to keep making it a little bit further and a little bit further, even when you're not great.
Yeah.
And I love that because it lets me play a game like this. And so many games of this style are you give up, you get stuck and you give up.
Yeah.
So along with it being interesting, the story isn't repetitive and it's just well designed to have fun and feel like you're progressing no matter how long it takes you to get through the game.
I mean, and that's the other factor is sometimes like you said, you will each run you're able to get something new, you're able to get more resources, and those resources can help you get permanent upgrades, and help you in future runs so you can get more resources and so on and so forth.
And maybe pick a different style. Like you're kind of stuck and then you get a different weapon or you change your skills and then the fighting style is just something that feels better to you. Like
but and then
like, oh, I'll go back to that other one. This one I was bad at,
Yeah.
Because some are slower, some are faster.
Oh yeah. It's like there's so much, there is a lot of similarities between Hades 2 and Hades 1, obviously. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing because
they kept all the good parts.
Yeah, it kept a lot of the good parts, and it changed enough that it does play differently. So not only do you have the story is different, in the original, you're playing as Zagreus, who is the son of Hades and Persephone. In this one, you're playing as his future sister, Melinoe, who was like the story that the genesis of the story is Kronos has returned. Kronos is the father of like Hades and a bunch of the other gods. He's the Titan of time, and he was previously ripped apart and his bits scattered to the all around Erebus, and he's reconstituted himself and he wants revenge. So he's like trapped Hades, like yeah, he's trapped a bunch of Hades family and everything like that. And you're playing as as Hades' daughter Melanue, who was sent away to this place called the Crossroads that's hidden from Kronos, and she's in charge. Like she's been tasked with defeating Kronos and freeing her past family, who she doesn't even know. She was a baby when they sent her off. So it's it's definitely an interesting story in that respect. And I keep on forgetting how many of these characters are like cousins or sisters, or like everyone is related to someone
I
else.
mean, duh.
I mean, yeah, I know that's Greek mythology in general, but it's still funny to me. It's like, oh, this other random person apparently is my cousin. Oh, this person, you're my brother? And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Gods and soap operas.
Oh,
Yeah.
another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you died in a fiery crash. I did not.
And it's like, I did, and then I got better.
Yep.
So it's very interesting in that story element, how, it's got the revenge story. Because in the original, it wasn't really so much revenge. It was just you're trying to escape. In this, you're focused on getting revenge on Kronos. I mean, like I have in the YouTube description, this is a time killing, literally roguelike. I was proud of that pun. But anyways,
I see what you did there.
Oh,
all right,
Bum.
yeah, that's
I'm gonna
appropriate
have
response.
to share that with Rob. Freaking dad jokes.
Yeah, but like some of the differences that between this and the original, one of the biggest ones is the combat itself. I mean, it feels very similar. And it has that, like you were saying, the twitchy element to it. Very much like it's very much dodge and attack and everything. Very much on the
Combos
move.
and managing your. They call it magic instead of mana, but health
Yeah.
and mana.
Well,
Yeah.
that is actually one of the big differences. They did not have a magic bar or anything like that in the original. In the original, when Zagreus used the cast move or what, because there's still attack, special, cast. That carried over from the original, but with Zagreus, it was like his cast was always a projectile. In this, the cast is this big binding circle.
The AOE. Yeah.
Yeah. And but what's one of the big differences is because Melanue has been trained as a witch. She has magic. She has this magic bar. All three of those moves, attack, special, and cast, have an omega version of them. So if you hold the button, she'll start doing this charge up meter, and you'll see a certain amount of magic is going to be consumed with it, and she releases a different kind of attack. Not even necessarily a more powerful version of the attack, a completely different attack at times. Like with the staff that she's wielding right now, which is like the first weapon you get. The omega version of her attack is this big line that goes in front of and behind her across the screen. Whereas just the regular attack move is just kind of a normal kind of stab to it. So it's interesting to see how the moves are different based on their omega versions of them. Because you can use different tactics. There's certain boons that only affect the omega version, or the regular version. So when you're making a build, it's like, okay, do I want to try to focus? It actually allows you to focus on, do I want just the regular attacks, or do I want to do the omega attacks? And if you're doing the omega attacks, you have to worry about magic, because that can run out. Granted, each time, like It is a concern in each battle, which is, but the way they do it is each time you go into a new room, it just refills all your magic. So you're starting off the room with full. But then it's like you can burn through it in that room, and then you have to try to figure out how to get back. But there are a lot of ways of getting it back. There's boons.
Yeah,
that
there's
it's like,
occasional little altar things.
well, they're not just that. There's the altars. There's also certain boons like Hestia has a boon where whenever you deal damage with an attack or a special, you just get magic back. So it's like, oh, I'm out of magic. I can't do my Omega attacks. Okay, I'll just do a bunch of regular attacks and bring that back up. I mean, and then there's one of the
I mean,
Arcana.
if you have that boon, yeah.
Yeah, you have to get that, but they're with the way they have their keepsakes and everything like that. There's ways of kind of manipulating it, which is another thing that's carried over from the original. But we'll get into that. But then there's also the Arcana, which let's organize things in my head. I'm kind of jumping all over the
One,
place.
2, 3.
Yeah, but yeah, like you have the magic system in this, which is not in the original. Which it does add an additional element of consideration. Because then you can focus on. It gives you that extra level of what do I want to focus on. Where it's like, okay, the Omega attacks are more powerful. They have different effects, but I have that potential limiter of the magic. So it's like, okay, do I want to stick with that?
And I love it. It feels like it makes the play style like you can kind of ignore that, right?
Yeah.
But it's great potential for just adding to the play style of having that like trapping everything in place, moving out, shooting in toward it. Like I love traps. I love AoE, and it's almost like having a second person on your team to be such a disparate skill in the magic than just combat.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely opens up a lot more strategic elements to it and opportunity for varying builds. And that's the other thing is like the attack and the special are different depending on which weapon you're wielding, but the cast is always the same. So like you could focus on the cast,
but it has degrees of more damage to it and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and then so yeah, you have that element of like, okay, what kind of weapon do I want? Because each of the weapons are function differently, of course. They have different attacks and specials. They have different effects to them. In this game, there are, at least that I know of, there are 6 weapons. And what's cool is even though there's only 6 kind of base weapons, they're almost weapon categories. Because each of those weapons also have 3 different variants that you can unlock. So you're effectively working with 18 different weapons and there's apparently like you can unlock further weapons, which I just found out. I just unlocked another one for the giant axe. So that one has a 4th variant. I don't know if the other ones do, but that one does at least.
That axe is so funny, by the way. Can we talk about how it's so like just gigantic and she's dragging it around like she's fighting with it, but when the animation of her walking with it is just dragging this giant thing. It's really funny.
But yeah, so it's interesting how you can have that. It's nice to have it. I like when you can keep things kind of simple but have that variation as well. Just like by kind of breaking it up like that. So you have these, it's like, okay, I really like the staff, but I want to have a different kind of bonus stat to it or whatever. So you can pick a different version of that staff, but it still has similar move sets to it. But yeah, it's like there's one for each of the weapons. There's one that's based off of her, which is kind of like the base version that just has better stats. And then there's like different variants that do actually alter how you do play with that weapon. Like one that I've experimented with a little bit is the dagger and sickle. I don't remember what they're called. Oh, they have like a specific name.
Oh shoot, I forget.
Yeah,
The something sisters.
yeah. I don't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but
That's my favorite so far. I don't
those
have
one,
everything, but
yeah. I mean, those ones are pretty good. I've been experimenting with the was it the aspect of pan, uh, with that one. Oh, because I find like the basic attack is just a very quick, series of attacks with those, and then her special is the regular special is she just launches out the sickle and kind of returns. The Omega special I think is dang near useless in its base form because it's just this really wide fan of attacks that is like cool. I'm launching like 8 different things and only 2 of them are going to hit something. So it's like, what's the point?
yeah.
Uh,
I was right, by the way. It is Sister Blades, literally,
okay, okay,
which is
uh,
Staff, Sister Blades, Moonstone Axe, Umbral Flames,
okay,
Argent Skull are the basic.
okay. Oh, but yeah, with the aspect of pan for that, I really like that one. If I'm going to use that weapon, I'm going to probably use the aspect of pan, because it makes it so any enemy that's in the binding circle is the target. Like your Omega special will home in on those targets, and it actually launches more of the daggers. So it's like, okay, now I can actually like target where these are going to go and kind of focus that damage better. I really like that aspect, especially like I was experimenting with this build where uh another Hestia boon for the cast that makes it so it doesn't cast it directly underneath her. It actually launches a fireball forward, and then wherever that fireball hits, that's where the binding circle is cast. And then like so I have it so it automatically targets an enemy. Like so if I'm not moving the joystick, it'll just go towards the target in front of me, launch the fireball, hit the binding circle, and then by time like as the fireball's in midair, I can already start charging the Omega special and immediately hit them with all the daggers. And it's like I love the fact that you have these options that you can really come up with some very interesting builds with a bunch of different elements to them to fit playstyles. And something that does help with that is they carry over the keepsake system from the original. So when you
Yeah,
give
yeah,
then like you encounter a god's boon, if you gift them oh I don't think it's elixir or something like that. It's the not the ambrosia, but the whatever the like the I think it is just called nectar or something like that. Uh, you gift them that the first time, they'll give you a keepsake. And for a lot of the gods that you can get boons from, that keepsake is hey, the next opportunity after you activate this keepsake, you're gonna get a boon from that god, and you'll be able to make it a better quality. Oh, so it does give you that a little bit of hey, I really want in order to like really make this build work, I need to get this boon from this specific god. uh Having that keepsake active and like right from the start the first boon you get is from them really helps. So and then they have a lot of keepsakes, and you can upgrade them for greater effect. uh and like that system as well really varies the play style. um and then also there's the arcana. So in the original, Zagreus used the Mirror of Darkness or whatever it was called, to get these permanent upgrades in between runs. In this, it's the Arcana, where she has a series of tarot cards that she's able to activate or deactivate or whatnot, in order to give her certain permanent boosts. And I like that system because it still offers a lot of opportunity costs. Because you can only have a certain like each card has a cost, and she has this limit to that cost there that she has a maximum amount of grasp, is what they call it. So that
Yeah, you can only hold so many cars at once.
yeah,
It's a really good way to explain. Like you can only have so much in your grasp at
yeah,
once, so you can change them around and give one up to get a different one.
yeah.
I
And
love
then,
stylistically.
oh yeah,
I love that too
oh yeah, and
so
Oh, yeah.
much.
just overall, the art style in this in general is fantastic. Oh, I mean,
And there's a lot of feel for me. Like
yeah,
the art style is very, is similar to what we're used to from Hades, the first one, but just it's very female centric. Hecate being the headmistress,
yeah, Hecate.
and Selenia and Artemis. There's a lot of women and a lot of spooky. It's so spooky, but then it's balanced out with like her little ghost friend Dora that lives in
Yeah.
her tent that has two personalities, and one is really mean and scary and practicing haunting, and the other is really cute and just looking for tips on her haunting.
Yeah.
And when you run into Ariadne, the goddess, the spider goddess,
Oh yeah.
and she's like kind of chibi and sweet, like has a Miss Spider vibe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
like
the
it's just a
characters
great
in it.
balance, and it's very. I surprised honestly. This game's been out a little bit, and I am surprised I haven't heard all that normal pushback you get from this kind of shit. Oh my god, it's all women, and the main character's a woman is so woke, right?
Yeah.
Because it's very like feminist oriented, which I mean, there are a lot of goddesses we have to work with here,
yeah.
folks.
Yeah. Oh, and for their part, there's only one of them that's naked. So, and it makes sense because it's Aphrodite. But
Yeah.
but like the variety of characters in this is there's a lot. There's not just with the gods, but there's also like just Greek mythology characters in here as well. There's like you get like you said, Arachne. Uh there's
Odysseus.
yeah,
You
Odysseus
wanna
is
talk
in the
about?
Crossroads.
Yeah.
You get Nemesis is one is like actually like supposed to be like the security guard of the Crossroads. Uh, yeah, you got some other. I'm trying to think of.
That's
I mean,
another neat literary reference. Okay. A few things I
the,
wanted to say there. That Odysseus is there in the crossroads and you can give him nectar. And he's not like an Olympian. I found interesting.
yeah,
But there's a cut scene where she's sent to her childhood. It's like a memory of her playing hide and seek with Hecate. And she breaks the fourth wall because
yeah,
she gets like she starts yelling at the narrator like, Homer,
yeah,
stop being so loud, you're gonna interrupt everything. And I'm like, I love that so much.
yeah.
So then there was another funny thing that I think was an Easter egg I spotted earlier today, where she was confiding in her little froggy friend,
Yeah,
which is funny,
yeah,
cute thing.
yeah,
And she's just after one of the you get beat by Hecate fights if you get beat, which I do.
yeah,
And um she's like all being, oh, I'm not good enough yet, and like, but I won't back down. And I'm like, I think that's a Tom Petty reference. I think because there's the song, if you know the song, I won't back down.
yeah,
Tom Petty. It doesn't even have a lot of lyrics,
yeah,
which led to another discussion about I think so many people who like weed like Tom Petty because there's just not a lot of lyrics. Because I went and I looked to see them all, and there aren't many, but it's very much like I will stand at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. Is pretty much that whole song saying that over
Yeah.
and over.
Right.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah,
even though it's a common
thematically.
turn of phrase, I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah. I would not be surprised, honestly. Oh, but yeah, I mean, there's like all the characters and like the voice actors and as well. oh, like there's like they have, is it, oh, I cannot remember his name anymore. Oh, he was in Claire Obscure, played Verso in Claire Obscure. I cannot remember his name. But like he's in the cast for it, and like actually saying like what character he is kind of a spoiler. I mean, if like boss names is a spoiler in this, which it kind of isn't, but oh, but yeah, is the
Which
voice acting is
voice?
awesome. There are I've been playing almost nonstop since the 14th, or since I was able to download it, and I am still encountering like new dialogue like all the time. The sheer amount of dialogue in this game is insane, because like, okay, each time each enemy you get defeated by, like you confide into your little frog, or like you get back at the crossroads and people will say it's like, oh, you lost to this thing this time, and it's like it's a completely new line of dialogue each time. It's like they're in like each of the conversation, because there is romance, like technically romance options in this game with people, the different characters in the crossroads, and like you have to give them the nectar or ambrosia, or like they have a not a spa, but like hot springs that you can bathe in. They have a fishing port that you can, like all of these are like effectively dates with these different characters, and each one of those has a different, more dialogue. Uh, it's just the sheer amount of work that's been put in this game is kind of it's just impressive.
That's
Absolutely.
really another well done piece of these games
Yeah.
where, because you are failing and starting and failing and starting and progressing, and along with the variance of what you run into to be able to pick up as boons along the way being different, that the dialogue changes and stays fresh. Because
Yeah.
if you just got your standard NPC replies all the time when you went and talked to
Yeah.
people and the story wasn't progressing, eh, that would be as discouraging as not getting any better. It really would.
Yeah.
It would just nah.
Yeah, just having that variation to know that it's like, oh, something is changing, even if I'm not
Because
getting
if nothing
further.
else, you got there, right? You got to the
Yeah,
next part of the story.
yeah. Oh, and like I've still have not completed the story either. It's like, because you have to, because it's not really a spoiler, but there's, when you go to the starting position, or the starting uh, door to start descending into Erebus, and trying to make your way to Kronos, which is, mind you, Kronos is actually, he is your goal is to get back to the original house of Hades in Tartarus. So you have to work your way like through Erebus, through Oceanus, through the Morning Fields, and then finally back into Tartarus. So you're going quite a ways down to get to Kronos, but that's only half the game. Because you'll notice,
So tell me about the plants, because we haven't mentioned that's another thing that just did not exist in the other game
oh
at
yeah,
all, right?
yeah,
Is the
well,
gardening, and I've only been
The gardening.
playing a
yeah.
little bit yesterday and today. So
So
I have planted and harvested nightshade, but I haven't been able to do anything yet with it.
okay, yeah, I'll get to that in 1 second. Like the
Okay.
other, like if when you're going into the starting door to start going down, you'll notice across the way there's another door that is, when it starts off, it's warded. You can't go into it.
Right.
Eventually
Right.
you open that
Mine's
door
still
up. Eventually you open that door up, and instead of going down, you're going up towards Olympus, because there's conflict going on up there at the same time, and both of those conflicts are intertwined, or are connected, and it requires going to both locations to solve it. But one thing that is very different one of the biggest differences between this and the original ties into the flowers and stuff like that, because there's a lot more, not necessarily crafting, but there's a lot more reagents that you need to gather to do a lot of the unlocks and stuff like that. Because it makes sense. They're again trained as witches. They're going to be focusing more on herbs and stuff like that. And along those lines, and
Like we do.
yeah, and so like in the original is like you only had a handful of different things you needed to gather. It was like gemstones, darkness, like a couple other random things and stuff like this. In this game, there are like, I don't know how many dozen different things that you need to collect to do unlocks. Like you're going to different zones, and like each zone has their own set of different resources. Like Erebus has silver and some kind of flower. I don't remember off the top of my head. So like you're gathering all this stuff, you're gathering fish to get bones, you're getting ashes to upgrade or to unlock your arcanas, you're if there's I don't it's on paper that sounds really complicated and kind of convoluted. The way it's executed though is very well done, I think. I've never really felt overwhelmed by having to get certain resources to get a certain unlock, because it's like you can, as soon as you see it, you can look in your inventory and it will show you where you can find it. And it's very zone dependent. So it's like, okay, I need to get silver. It's like, okay, I know where silver is. You can mine it in Erebus. It's the first zone. You can just go in there, try to find some, go from there. And it's like, oh, I need to find glass rock. Okay, I know that's in the morning field, so I need to make my way down there. And I think it's paced very well, where it's like, okay, at this point they should be able to get to this zone and to get this resource, so now we can start to unlock more. And it's like it's that progression of power with the roguelike elements. But that's where the gardening comes in, because another aspect is the flowers. You can find seeds. You can get digging patches where you can dig up seeds and stuff like that. So you can garden those right in the crossroads. There's different things where you can just get a random seed, where it's like you don't know what it's going to be, but you plant it and it's going to grow into some random thing. And that all of those contribute to the unlocks that you can get at the back in the crossroads with the giant cauldron in the middle. So that's what the gardening aspect is just getting all those reagents for all those elements for craft or for unlocking stuff for future runs. So I mean that is probably one of the biggest changes I can recall from the original to this, is just the sheer number of elements you have to gather. But again, like I said, I think it's paced very well. I've never felt overwhelmed by it, by like the sheer amount of things I need to gather, because like one of the unlocks you can actually get is called Forget Me Not, where you can actually just kind of tag a recipe, and it's like, okay, I want to be able to upgrade this, or I want to be able to craft this, I want to be able to get this unlock. You can tag it, and it will keep track of the resources required for it. So even when you're making a run, if that resource is in the room that you're going to, you'll see an icon for it above. So it makes it a lot easier. It's like, oh, I want to go to this location because it has the resource I'm looking for. And then even if it's like, oh, you have enough of that resource already, it will show that same icon, but it'll be green instead of purple. So it's like, oh, cool, I got enough of that. I don't need to grab them more.
Go the other way.
I can go the other way. So I think that system is really well done. Again, because like once you find it once, it'll show you like, okay, this is where it'll show you in the menu, just like, oh, this is where you find it. So it's very easy to go back to it again. So far, there is only one resource that I have no idea where it is still. Oh, I think it might be in one of the, because they did add another game mode effectively uh, recently, like after it was released, called Dream Dives, and it might be there. I'm not sure. I haven't done any Dream Dives yet, so I haven't confirmed that yet. Uh, but yeah, there's one like ridiculously rare element or something like that that I have yet to find. But I've found pretty much
Huh.
everything else, so it just tells me where it is. Yeah, I think that is probably the most complex part of the game, is just like getting all of, and like I said, it's paced well enough that it's like, oh, I'm getting this resource, and it's like, oh, this is why I'm getting it. And like the unlocks will show up at that point. Uh, because it's impressive how they've timed that, or they've paced that out. Uh, yeah, it's just overall, it's just if you liked the original, you're gonna love this. I don't see how anyone, I don't see how it's possible anyone who liked the original would dislike this one, because it's more the same.
No
With
reasonable person, no.
yeah, I mean, if you didn't like the original, this one's probably not going to change your mind. But if you liked the original, I don't see any way that you don't like this one, the
Right.
sequel.
And what's not to like? I mean, the
Yeah.
game. The two biggest things. I mean, there's so many things to kind of point to, but the music, I was like,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Mhm.
we live in a
Oh.
time now where it's not just 8-bit music anymore,
yeah,
but like to have like this vast, just array of music like through all of it, and it just be so textured to the rest of like the gameplay.
yeah,
You're kind of just sitting there like, oh, you guys really spent some coin, like musicians and shit.
oh yeah,
And then the other thing is, and you kind of mentioned with like the level of dialogue, it's not just lather, rinse, repeat, just lines.
yeah,
The voice work is phenomenal. And
Yeah.
it's not just a case of reading a line. Like there
yeah,
is a performance. There
Oh,
is an art
absolutely. An
to it.
embodiment of those characters
Absolutely.
yeah.
exists. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another element that I think like kind of tying into the music is kind of funny. Is it the second boss in the going down in Oceanus is what was it Scylla and the Sirens. So
Mm.
as you're fighting them, they're doing this whole concert as they're attacking you. And what's
Yes.
like, they even go so far as to, if you knock one of them out, their part of the song is no longer there. So it's like
Yes.
you're like, they have a drummer, they have a guitarist, and they have the
So
vocalist.
cool.
Like
And it's not some
that-
little song either. Like it's a production.
Oh yeah, it's like it's a whole thing. I mean, it's like it's actually, it's kind of a bop. It sounds really cool when you're fighting
Yep.
him. But yeah, like if you knock out the drummer, all of a sudden there's no percussion in the song. You knock out the guitarist, there's no
Yeah.
guitar in the song. So I think that's like a really kind of fun detail that they added to it. But yeah, some of the enemies that you fight are like, so one other, like going along, kind of going back to like how the progression of power and how like going through the game, you'll unlock more stuff. Anyone out there, don't feel any shame for turning on God mode. I have it on personally because I want to actually be able to beat this game in my lifetime.
Yes.
So they have a mode in here called God mode, and what it does is it starts at 20%, and it's just flat damage reduction. So you turn it on, it starts at 20%. Every time you lose a run, anytime you're killed in a run, it'll go up by 2%. So, and then it's like, so it just gives you that little bit
I
of
forgot about that. I should turn that on.
yeah, like that was like, that's why I did later when I was playing the original. And so I immediately found that saying, it's like, okay, they still have it. I'm turning this on immediately because I want to actually be able to see the story and everything. Like that's even how they describe it, is like for people who want to experience the story and everything like that. But what's nice that I don't know if they did in the original or not, but that is present in this, I know for sure, is that you can actually manually put a limit on that. So what I'm thinking of doing, because the maximum you can go on God mode is 80% damage reduction, which is a lot. Mind you, you have to literally get yourself killed 30 times to get to that point. And again, no shade to anyone who uses it. I'm currently sitting at 64%. So I've lost a lot.
There you go.
But like what you can do is like you can manually kind of set it to yourself. So it's like, okay, I got, if you could even do it on purpose, like get up to 80%. And it's like, okay, set to a certain point. It's like, set to like 50%. And it's like, okay, if I lose, I can manually set it a little bit higher. If I win, I can manually set it a little bit lower. So it can become a way to adjust the difficulty yourself. Is just with that damage reduction. Like I said, I don't know if that was an option in the original, like the manual setting of it, but that I think that's a great option in this and in here. Again, to be able to set that your own difficulty to it. So I think that is really cool.
I gotta figure out where that is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in just like the gameplay menu or something like that. But
Yeah.
Something like that.
yeah, but I mean, and the way the so you have the way the story is told as well. I think it's very well done because it never disrupts the core gameplay. And it's like sometimes you can get games where it's like, oh, we have to kind of shove story into it, and it's gonna detract from just the baseline gameplay. It's like I never feel like them telling the story, communicating the advancement of the story. I never feel like it's interrupting just playing the game. So it's like you just keep on making runs, keep on doing what you were going to do, keep on getting upgrades and stuff like that, and the story will present itself while you're doing it. I think that's a really well done way that they tell the story. Yeah. Just trying to think of like for like the part-time gamer aspect of it as well. I mean, even if you do really well and you're making it to the boss and such, you're like, I think the most I've spent on a single run has been maybe half an hour, something like that. And that's because I'm pretty meticulous with my combat, making sure I'm trying to stay safe and everything, like stay at range when I can, doing all my dodges and everything. So like it's very easy to do a run, feel like you've done something again because of the alterations of the dialogue, being able to get unlocks and everything like that. And it feels like you've done something with every run, basically. So it's really good for
Yeah,
that.
and you get a feel for like about how long your runs are lasting.
Yeah.
Like, Rob earlier, he had to go pick up our son from work or something. I don't know, something he had to do, and he was like, okay, well, yeah, I can do one more run, and that'll be... I can still do that and then go do what I have to do. It's not going to delay me It was based on how long they had been lasting, plus he just got a new weapon, so he knew it might be a little shorter.
Yeah.
You got to do a different play style.
Yeah.
And
how
sometimes that sets you back for one run.
Yeah. How many weapons have you unlocked so far?
I don't know. He's got more than me, and that's the thing. Like, he got into it, and so I ended up was like, well, now my homework is I'll watch you play because you're further than me.
Yeah, I think I've unlocked all of the base weapons. I think I am like one level away from upgrading all of aspects of Millennium with all the weapons. I still have to unlock all of
He's
the
in
actual
apparently
variants.
Poseidon's realm.
Oh, Oceanus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second zone, and when you're going down to Tartarus. But
I literally texted him like, oh, hey, turn on God mode.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know where. I was like, go in the crossroads. You can go in the options and get it. He's like, okay, did it. And then like immediately, like 2 minutes later, didn't really help in Poseidon's realm.
Well, not yet.
So I think he just got to Oceanus.
Yeah, not yet. Maybe. Like I said, like it builds up every time
It'll
you
ramp.
lose. So I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of shows you just like, okay, where's my expertise level in this game by like gauge it by like what percentage you're sitting at. But I love the variety of the weapons too. Oh, and like the black coat is my personal favorite, and it's interesting because they still have like they never really specify like what time frame necessarily this is taking place. I mean, we're assuming it's ancient Greece and everything like that. But like they still understand the concept of like missiles and like guns and stuff like that. Uh, because like Strife, which is one of the other characters you can encounter in the Crossroads, she literally has a machine gun as her like main weapon. It's, they refer to it as the adamant rail, but it's a machine gun. Oh, so
Well, I mean, the railgun. Yeah.
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 Oh, and like then you have the last weapon that I unlocked is the black coat, which is basically like half an Iron Man suit, basically. As like its specials are like its special is it launches missiles, which is like I I love the variety and how they can like still tie these things in together in the game.
Yeah,
Uh,
there was something I was like, is tech creeping in? Like, am I imagining in the artwork for Artemis? There's something going on
yeah,
in her midsection that looks right robotic or cybernetic.
yeah. I like, and also just the design of like the artwork in general is amazing. Oh,
Mhm.
it's just it is every like just about every aspect of this game is just so well done, and whatever awards it gets this award season, it deserves. Oh, I mean, it is a fantastic
The only
game.
thing I don't like, the only thing I haven't liked is Crossroads itself is a little wonky in its design. It's like just I don't know. The pathways are a little all over the place for me. I would like
Yeah,
it to be more laid out, more efficiently and linear. Like one of the biggest criticisms of the Horde in World of Warcraft is like their capital cities. Like
yeah,
Orgrimmar, are you kidding me? What's wrong? How can you be Horde and think they're so great when we have like Dalaran, right? Where you can do everything you need to do in a path that makes sense. Like the way
yeah,
I run errands when I go somewhere, so I'm not backtracking all the time. Like
yeah.
it's
I
a
mean,
little too easy to forget. Like, oh crap, go check the vendor because it's off in a corner. Like
yeah,
that's the only
yeah.
design flaw, and it's obviously pretty small. And some people might like that better because it feels more organic, I guess.
Yeah, surprisingly, that's at least for me. That's I've never had an issue with that, but that's because I'm scattered all over the place anyway. Uh, so like I do tend to like I'll come out of the main area, then I'll do the like look at the scroll of fate. I'll talk to Morose. I'll talk to Eris, and then kind of like make my way around that way, and so on and so forth. Make sure I hit all the characters I need to talk to, and then do all my crafting and get my gardening done and everything. Oh, but I
I
can
don't mind
understand
going
as
to
well.
talk to them all. I just felt like it was cleaner in Hades in the first one.
Yeah, I definitely think there was a much more linear path in the original because it's like
Yeah.
you go straight. There's Hades. You're talking to him, and then it's like you talk to Nyx on the way to your room, and then go on and do all that stuff. I Yeah, it is a little bit more.
And you've got your mirror stuff in your room, so it's
Yeah,
kind of like a base camp of doing certain things before you go out. I don't know.
yeah,
I just it's my weird Virgo stuff. Like
yeah. I mean, it's understandable. I
I
can see
also
it.
disorganized.
Yeah, I can understand it. Yeah, it's definitely less of a straight path. Oh, so like it does open up a little bit possibility of missing something. Oh, missing a character that has dialogue or something like that. I can understand that. Oh, yeah, I definitely think that is something a little bit more, little better directed. Oh, in the original, but overall, still, it's just again, if you liked the original, I don't see any way that you could dislike this Hades 2. If you
Yeah.
didn't like the original, then this isn't going to change your mind, I think. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's got differences that keep it interesting and fun to play, but not differences that would change your mind if you don't like it. Didn't
Yeah.
like the style and
Yeah. Oh, and again, I'm a sucker for roguelikes. Like yeah, I'm still playing Omen Road. I'm actually power leveling a bunch of characters for a potential future legacy Omen Road run with everyone. So like I love roguelikes. This is one of the better versions. This is like
Absolutely.
this is up there with like Slay the Spire levels in the genre. It's such a good game. There's a reason why it's my current hyper focus. So yeah. But yeah, I think we've covered just about everything I could think of about this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we could go
Good
deeper in
timing.
and be like a 4-hour episode.
Yeah, because there's definitely a lot of elements that like once you get into the
to
minutia,
kind of unpack.
yeah,
You don't need to tell the story though. That's
yeah,
not what we're here for.
yeah. Oh, yeah, great game on Game Pass, worth a shot.
Mhm.
Oh, and we don't necessarily have. Well, you know what? Might as well. We can do our watercolor talk because we're segueing directly into it anyway. So we're gonna do our watercolor talk. real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
You get
Fine.
that thing I sent
Oh,
I mean, we don't have to keep it long or anything like that. But speaking of Game Pass, after like 6 months ago when they did their price increase, they are now doing a decrease.
decrease. Yep.
A price decrease on
Yay.
Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass PC specifically. Ultimate is going from $30 to $23, which is granted is still higher than the original price increase, which kind of sucks, but it's a decrease at least. And then Game Pass PC is going from $16.50 to $14, which is, I have PC Game Pass. I don't have a console, so I've never really had an issue with the pricing. It's the cheapest pricing of, well, almost the cheapest pricing of all of them. So, that doesn't really matter to me too much. But there is a cost to this, which I'm sure doesn't affect any of us. At least me and September, I'm pretty sure. The cost of the price decrease is Call of Duty games will no longer be on Game Pass day one. Yeah,
Darn.
yeah,
Oh,
like we were just like,
no, don't
darn.
stop.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh.
yeah.
I like my cod with gills. I'll be fine.
I prefer that actually. But yeah, so they're no longer going to be any future Call of Duty games will no longer be on Game Pass day one. They'll be on Game Pass about a year later, which is just in time for the new one to have been released.
Exactly.
So like, if you're a big
Way
Call
to
of Duty
scale
fan,
that up, guys.
yeah. So if you're a big Call of Duty fan, this is going to be a big deal to you guys. I don't care.
Not
about
for
COD.
you.
Yeah, it's just,
Wait. Sorry, real quick. I just saw my last give a shit for Call of Duty go out the door. Bye.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the milsim genre in general, like Call of Duty or whatever other ones there are. I don't even know anymore.
Battlefield. Battlefield I actually like.
Yeah, I've always been more of the arcade shooter, so like Halo, Gears of War, that kind of stuff. I think I tried to play multiplayer with a friend once, and I barely ever even got out of the spawn point, and
Regretted it instantly.
yeah, it's like I would get spawn killed pretty much the entire match and go, this isn't fun. And it's like, and I don't have the time to dedicate to like figure out where the sniper roosts are and like where I actually should be. It's like, so it just was never fun to me, and I never played them again. So like for me, this is all win personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but like there's there's levels of like the argument is like whether or not Game Pass is still valid or still useful. There's a lot of people who are, for whatever reasons, whether it be the cost or the morals or the ethics behind it or whatnot, just don't like Game Pass anymore. And that's entirely valid. You have to figure out where your value is. And for me personally, Game Pass is value. If I
yeah, I think it's an excellent value.
Yeah.
For our household for sure.
And that's the thing is like this is because of how I play games as well. This is a value. I play games more like arcade or like an arcade, whereas like I will get hyper focused on a game for like a month or two and then completely drop off of it. So it's like just getting it on Game Pass for $14 a month. It's like okay with Hades 2. It's like it's normally a $30 game. If I get through it in a month, that's value. So it's like, yeah, for me personally, this has always been a value, especially with like this doing this show as well.
Yeah,
being able to like just have access to that without having to pay full price. Be able to talk about it and everything. That's value for me. But I know that I am neurodivergent and not like a lot of other people, where like those people who are able to have a forever game just baffles me. It's like how they're able to do it. Because even games that I adore, I will not stay on for long. I mean, even like the argument of, like the fact that when you're playing on Game Pass, you're effectively buying a license to the game. You're not buying the game or anything like that, even on Steam.
Right.
You're effectively you're paying for the permission to play the game, but at any time they can just, okay, this game is no longer accessible. Honestly, to me,
okay, I'll go play another one.
Yeah, like to me, like I can understand it.
Or if I really, really want to, then I'll buy that game.
Yeah. And it's like, I can understand it to a degree, but at the same time, again, how my brain works, like, I don't care usually. I have next to no sense of nostalgia at all. And that's like...
That's where I come in.
Yeah. It's like...
It really is my thing.
Yeah. I mean, and I can understand that too. I mean, I really can. But to me, it's like thinking about going back to an old game is like very rarely will I do that.
Right.
Just because it's like, okay, I still have a dozen games I haven't even gotten to yet. It's like there's very few instances where I'll go back to an old game. Like I might occasionally go back and do like, hey, you know what? I feel like going back and playing through the campaign of StarCraft. Something like that. But that's very rare. I have next to no sense of nostalgia. So if a game that I'm no longer playing gets taken off of Game Pass, it doesn't really affect me. And if I ever do want to go back to it again, at that point, I'd probably try to find it on Steam for a discount. So that's me. I know I'm not the norm, but to me, this announcement of a price reduction, even if it's not as much as the previous price hike, it's still value to me. So anyways, I just wanted to mention that.
It's news you don't get every day, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that is, I can, like I said, I can still understand if you're a fan of COD, this is a big deal. It's like, this could be like a game breaker for Game Pass for you. But for the rest of us who don't care at all about it, it's just good.
Right.
So, I mean.
Or can wait.
Yeah.
Well, aren't
it's
all
also
the Call
just
of
that
Duties
they're not
the same?
getting it day one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the Call of Duties are the same anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I remember there's someone on the Frog Pants Discord who showed literally his stack of like the last 13 Call of Duty games. And it's like, why do you have 13 copies of the same game? I literally commented that on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's differences between each game, but when you talk about certain games, and we had an episode where from the first to the second game there was this huge change. Well, that
Right.
happened fairly early with the Call of Duties, but that hasn't happened for a long time. Number
Yeah.
one, and number two, even people who are fans of the franchise or the IP, they expect it to be the game equivalent of the iPhone. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, they changed the number and the name, or they changed the number on the box.
Yeah.
And there's some aspects that I still enjoy, but it's certainly none of the newer games. I can still have a similar experience of what a newer game is to a version that came out 10 years ago easily.
Yeah. 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 For me personally, Call of Duty has never been a value. It's a game that I don't really care about, and but again, it's a big enough deal that it validated a
For
price
some people,
decrease
it's
in-
going to have an effect. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I went and did that crap for real in some cases. I don't need the game. I'm good.
yeah. Yeah. All right. But with that done, that brings us to the end of our show. And once again, I completely spaced on trying to come up with a new topic. So we will, that is to be determined. We will figure that out. We did have a suggestion from Theo, which we'll discuss a little bit. But yeah, everyone, thanks for joining us. Thank you for listening. If you like what you've heard and you would like to help us out, a few ways you can do that, or by giving us a review over on Apple Podcast. You can follow my Twitch channel for the live recordings, or the YouTube channel for the VODs, which come up pretty much immediately after we're done with recording. And yeah, we have our live recordings Sunday nights starting at 9:15 Eastern time with our tech check. The show starts proper at 9:30. Or another way you can help us is by leaving us a tip over on our Ko-fi. If you'd like to contact us, you can with our email, parttimegamers.cast@gmail.com, or you can join our Discord channel to talk with us directly. You can find this show and links to everything around it using the link bit.ly/CI Productions. Amber, where can people find your work around the internet?
Oh, the easiest thing to do is go to 9of12.com. That's NINEOF12.com. It'll point you to my projects.
And Theo, where can people find your work around the internet?
Oh, I sent you guys some artwork, so I'm finally getting to the next solo podcast.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of the dog ate it. But on May 10th, that Sunday before this, I will once again be the hat trick, third time, with TV's Travis on Wait You Haven't Seen.
Nice.
And, this is so weird because now I feel like I have a reputation to protect. And I was talking to him about this because the first two movies we did, one was No Escape with Ray Liotta, which is a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah.
And then one called High Tension, which is this French horror movie that if you take like Molly, don't watch it because that would be bad. So I feel like I've got this rep to because he enjoyed both. So I'm like, okay, great. I've got some degree of taste. So for the movie coming up, it's called To Die For from 1995 with Nicole Kidman. And that was when I started learning about, because I still lived in Hawaii and I still lived in kind of a fishbowl of sorts, about independent film and what that kind of meant. And that is another personal fave of mine. And it was so funny because it came on Netflix and I watched it. And then I had the aha moment where I was like, hey, I should tell TV's Travis about this. And I did. So that's going to be May 10th. So I'm very much looking forward to that because that is another case similar to, especially No Escape, where it's this personal fave of mine. People know it, but it wasn't this huge hit. It was more independent, but it's kind of a comfort food movie of mine that I really enjoy. So
Nice. Awesome.
Yep.
So that's May 10th for Theo's next episode on guesting on Wait You Haven't Seen. All right.
Nice.
But everyone, until next time, we are the Part-Time Gamers clocking out.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.